Good day, ladies and gentlemen! Today we're doing something a little bit different. I've been inspired. I've come to the realization that I've been on Twitch and YouTube for a good few years now. Almost, in fact, 3.5 years of being on Twitch. 1.5 years of that being full-time. And it only occurred to me the other day whilst I was having a stream that I look back and realize how much I've changed. And when I look back at my YouTube, it's almost like a catalogue of where I've come from. So today, we're going to be going back and looking at the cringe that is me back when I first started on YouTube, specifically with Warframe, and how my Warframe career went from what it was to what it is now. And I think the best way of doing that initially is just very quickly, before we look at the Warframe videos themselves, go back and take a look at the very first videos I uploaded. I warn you, there will be cringe. There will most certainly be cringe. In fact, I am going to move myself to the other side because this, actually, if need, I'll just move myself. So, not including the very first video because that was an IRL video. My very first ever gaming video was 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Also, we have Twitch chat with us, ready to mock us. Say hi, Twitch chat. Say hi, Twitch chat. So this is the very first video I ever uploaded. And it was Five Nights at Freddy's.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh no, look at him. Look at him.
And what better way to start
What a twat.
life than with a shit scary game that I'm probably going to cry a lot over.
What kind of voice is that? Like, what kind of microphone was I using? Look at this shit. Look at this. Some freaking headset microphone. Hello! God, I had a beard. I had, like, long emo hair. Look how gaunt I was. Ugh. That lighting did nothing for me. This is back when I knew nothing about what to do on YouTube. I was just literally doing it for the sake of doing it. Like, this was in the time where I just wanted to play some games and upload it to YouTube. You know? It was that weird thing. And, you know, I didn't really... I didn't really even play Warframe for the first, like, year of me streaming or doing whatever. Like, like, YouTube... I did YouTube specifically for almost a year before I even touched Twitch. You know, and, like, all of this stuff here was... There was no effort put into it. It was very blasely edited. There weren't even thumbnails to half of the stuff here. I even did a Merry Christmas video. I even did a freaking Merry Christmas video.
Merry Christmas to one and all, and a Happy New Year.
What happened? How did I go from looking that gorgeous to this? I feel like a lot of the thing you'll notice from back then till now is the confidence. I'm a lot more well-spoken. I'm a lot more outward bound now. My gear has improved. And more so than that, I'm fat. I'm more muscular, actually. Back then I was a twig. Good lordy. That's kind of scary looking back at it, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, I'm actually not at home at the moment, so I can't make videos. But I was just making this video.
I have that t-shirt still.
Christmas and a Merry New Year.
Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here to look at my journey through Warframe. Now, my first Warframe video was uploaded on the 13th of August 2015. That's a long time ago. That's a long time. I mean, that was... I have been playing Warframe now solidly for 3.5 years. Now, to give it a context, I started playing Warframe because of my art community. I originally... Change that back for a little bit. I basically started with Warframe because my patron community, we were doing gaming nights. And, oh god, big bag of dicks, I'm not even going to play that. It's just going to get me banned off YouTube. And my patron community wanted gaming nights. And not all of the people who wanted to play the games could join them. So, essentially, the first few videos in this playlist are from what we did together. And then later down the line, down here, this is the stream highlights when I started streaming it. Because people wanted to, at the very least, watch so they could still interact. And that sort of thing's where I kicked off, because the first 3 streams I ever did of this, I didn't get a single new viewer. It was only the people from my patron. And then on my third stream, I got a new follower. And I was like, oh, who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing here? Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's just... This is also the beginning of Top Hat Harry.
Hello everyone, my name's Makari, and we're here with
feel like I've been bullied into playing Warframe. It wasn't even my suggestion to play Warframe. I didn't even suggest to play this game. The people on the community decided for me. They were like, hey Makari, have Warframe, play it, do it. Now, I had actually played Warframe before this in the very early beta. This was about 2 years after that though, so I still had my initial account. This lovely... I think there's maybe 1 or 2 people from this video who still tune into the stream actually. You see what I mean? Like, the confidence in my voice just wasn't there back then. I was very soft-spoken. I was very like, okay, guys, this is what we're going to play today. To be fair, one of the main reasons was because I was living with other people, and I had to be very cautious as to how loud I was. So it's kind of funny to see how that's developed from there. This was legitimately the first mission I'd ever done after having come back to the game.
Hello.
You can see the thing latched onto my leg. I've already done the tutorial. I chose Paris. With bows and arrows. Bows and... Come on. Out there. What have you?
We are space ninjas named Tenno, fighting against Hummins and evil Hummins.
I remember this. I actually remember this.
Traitor Hummins and evil Hummins.
This is the most this is the best explanation ever.
They're things that we need to kill. And all I know is that I have a bow, I'm happy, I like to shoot things with my bow because they go dead.
The description doesn't really change even after 2,000 hours of playing.
Can I shoot you guys?
Yes, he
If only you could shoot your teammates.
can, but it won't hurt us.
Oh god, look at that. What resolution was I recording? I must have been recording in like a minute bit rate. Look at the freaking pixelation in this. What even resolution? Oh, this was 1080p! Oh my god, the screen tearing was horrible. My bitrate must have been through the ass.
Sick moves, bruh!
Okay.
Oh, look, you've even got the friggin' the voice lines underneath them. This is a while ago.
Oh, wait for it.
He's a pretty one.
Mackie, Makari.
Mackie! You can tell these guys were from my art group.
You don't want to go rushing ahead because this is meant to be like a rescue mission. So
why are you green, by the way? And why do you have wings?
Don't worry, guys. The objective is important. Why are you green? You can tell my priorities were completely out the wazoo back then. So this is basically how it went, right? I had no clue what I was doing. I was just sort of going at it and just having the people I was playing. I just got boosted through everything. I did not give a crap about the game. I didn't give a crap about what was entailed with everything. I just wanted to play with my patron group, and that's kind of how the rest of this goes. And about the video of hardcore Grenier porn. I started making goals for myself.
Hello everyone, my name is Makari, and we're going to be back with some Warframe!
Can I die? Can I die, please? I realise that there's not much difference between then and now, but... Ooh!
Yeah. Anyway. And we have more people here with us. Say hi, guys.
See, the thing is, I didn't realise the best way of speaking. I didn't understand the way to exposit myself, to put my voice across, to sound legitimately excited. Because it's very obvious that this is like a very forced excitement.
Hello. Charge!
So, who do we have with us today? We have Kygor, Rurik, and some northerner called Anizella. Yeah.
Anizella still tunes into the stream, actually.
Some northerner. Hold
So,
on now.
I
hurt my feelings.
My lander is so clean. We look at my lander now and it's completely different. Okay, never mind. Okay, I can't even show you that. Never mind. Let's carry on.
Shut up. I'm trying to do my introduction here, god damn it.
Oh, this is before you even had the extension to your ship.
Some northerner. Hold
So,
on now.
Look at this is so long ago now. This is back before you had the lowest segment to your ship. This used to be all you had to your ship. You never had that lower segment. Ah, I completely forgot that was a thing.
So, as you might notice, I have a new weapon. It's pretty awesome.
That moment when you were excited about just one weapon.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
So that's what's happening in this.
All is lost. All is lost. Repent. Repent. Oh god, I think I'm stuck. Help.
That level of focus.
I know, I'm fine.
It's funny because as you watch through these videos, you start to see my development of how I start to learn to bullet jump and travel very fast by bullet jumping all over the place. And Like, at this stage, I never really had any interest in actually learning the game. My only interest was playing with people. And it wasn't until about a year and a half ago that I actually started learning the game to a point where I could teach it. Back then, I had no clue. Like, I tried to make some sense of what I was trying to do. I tried to piece together certain things. But if you asked me what made corrosive damage back then, I would have looked at you with a very glazed look.
Safe, motherfucker!
Oh no, it used to be worse. They used to have these missions on Earth, so you cut off the air to Earth.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yes, that's a point. Yeah, I was perplexed by the idea of how survival missions work in open environments where there's clearly trees. So then I set the goal. I realized there was a frame in the game
I'm
with a top
musician,
hat.
you know. I just spout out random lyrics.
Yeah,
Welcome to the Tata.
mostly it's like,
We got funny
no,
games.
shut up,
We got
shut up,
kitties
no,
named
no.
Tata.
God, that camera's so close to my
He's
face.
dead?
Let's see what we got. Arkansas!
Arkansas!
It is superior.
That moment when you're legitimately excited over one Arkansas. Oh my god! One Arkansas! Holy shiz butts, Batman! And now it's like, oh, you can get Arkansas from any of these planets whilst also doing this mission. You can also get them as rare drops and elite things. And you can hear the excitement in his voice.
Yeah, buddy! Now we just need to get the... What is it we need to get now?
Oh, why'd you change the camera position?
Oh yeah, and for those those who are watching who don't know what those are, they despawn in 24 hours. So we kind of needed to do them last for a reason. Otherwise, we'd get them and then they'd disappear.
Wait, what? What was I talking about? Hang on.
Argon crystals. Fists!
Oh, argon crystals. Yes, so they all despawn. They all despawn in 24 hours. That's what I knew. That's what I thought. Nowadays we know better, but you know. The innocence of a new player who tries to make it look like he knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, there's more stuff over here, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's 2 ways.
Where?
You can see the Tibberness in the way I'm playing as well.
Up here as well.
How big is this map?
I don't know, Makari. How big do you think the map is? Maybe if you actually used your map, you might be able to know. So and it came to about this point where things started really changing. This was about the time where I started taking the game a bit more seriously. I started doing editing. I started making intros to my videos. And this was where I started streaming it. So this is where it started to go into my streaming shenanigans where we had you guys in the chat. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who were in there now, back then, are still in the chat right now, in fact. And this is also where Top Hat Harry started making his bit more of a pronounced appearance.
This is a grenade launcher?
Oh yes. The discovery of Tonkor for the first time.
I didn't even realize.
Back when Tonkor was the
my
most
God.
broken weapon in the game.
Hello, Tom. Oh god, you do no damage at all. Holy shit. Look at me! I'm a Beyblade! No, wait. No. Now I'm a Beyblade!
And you can sort of see I was a lot more comfortable in a streaming environment rather than in front of a YouTube video, although nowadays it's not really, it's kind of the same as each other really. But whilst I was doing these streams, I was a lot more natural, I was a lot more in a much more sensible position. And you can sort of hear it in my voice. By this point, this was in 2016, June 2016, so this is almost a year later. And you could hear the difference in my voice.
I'm spinning! Whoa! Ow. You know what? I think you will need to stomp on the ground. There you go.
This is also the time I discovered Rhino. At which point, I basically played nothing but Rhino. Is it going to Wi-Fi full screen this?
One's flying in the air now. Excellent.
Look at him.
This
Look how cute he is.
Smashy, smashy.
Tastes like
Smashy,
freshers.
Smashy, smashy. Oh, hi. You look like
I
you've
still
got
make
shit
some of those
on
stupid
you.
noises.
Wee, here we go.
The thing is, in these videos, I didn't know what I wanted to record. I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to have some content for people to watch, and at that time, my YouTube was specifically dedicated to Let's Plays, and these highlight reels were like an extra thing I was doing. Back then, I used to upload 1 Let's Play a day, and then occasionally I'd upload 2. And the content, I never really focused on content. I just wanted as much up as possible. And now we sort of focus a lot more heavily on doing specific things, so it's a lot more relevant to what we do. You know, it's the innocence within these videos that makes me realize how far we've come as a community and how far I've come as a person.
Will stand against me now that I'm infused with mighty Palestine, Indian, whatever the fuck this armor is. Armor power? Yes!
Oh, this is also where somebody gifted me the Palatine skin for my Rhino. Which I didn't stop using until about a month ago.
That guy got cut in half because he's...
What else were we doing in the stream?
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, this was the time where I would use nothing but Rhino because I was so bad at every other frame. The only thing I would play would be Rhino so I could pay attention to the chat.
I'll blow you! Oh, good! Wow, that's a lot of fun. I'm gonna go up here for a second.
Some things never change, apparently.
Dukin.
I mean, I don't know, chat, what do you think? Do you think we've come far since back then? Dude, I want my hair to be back to that. I miss having hair like that. Unfortunately, the barber got it fucking wrong last time, so now I've lost it all. So now I look a bit like a bit of a butch lesbian, but you know, whatever. What else were we doing in the video?
To those who do, but seriously,
This was legitimately 11 minutes of me doing This was 11 minutes of me doing nothing.
Don't just sit there like you're scratching.
Oh, shocker! I was playing Nova.
Play a game. I mean,
The only trouble being is, I had no idea how to... I actually remember this. I had no idea how to play Nova. I didn't use a single one of her abilities. I didn't know how her 4 worked. I'm pretty sure at this point I didn't even have any mods on her. I just played her because she looked good.
If you're a professional gamer, sure, you at least people then have something to watch. But if you're not playing professionally, why would you just sit there scratching your testicles? Nobody is going to watch somebody sat there doing this. Oh. God.
I'm just going to censor this. Just censor... No, stop. Censoring. Makari, what are you doing? Jesus, you're going to get me banned off Twitch. Yeah, some things just never change, apparently. Yeah, then it sort of just went on from there. I mean, this was the last Twitch stream highlight reel that I ever did for Warframe. And the reason I stopped doing these specifically was because Warframe had become such a frequent game that it was very hard to pick out unique points to make a highlight reel of. And although we did do videos after this was also the time where I started going to university. In fact, you'll notice in this video, if I remember correctly...
Insurance.
Yeah, I am in my dad's house here because I was moving from... I had to move to my dad's place so that, as a layover before I could move to university. And this was in my dad's place. The internet was terrible, and I had to put a bed against the windows because the curtains were so thin, the lighting would just make me a black opaque shadow. Oh yes! And we used to, so this is something that sort of carried over even to now. This is something that I still do to this day. We used to do the same thing back then, only it was more just something I would draw. We would do these speed paints where we'd let the community decide what we would draw, and then we'd draw it on stream. Although this goes on for quite some time, I believe. Yeah, this goes on for quite some time. And I'm kind of proud of that, because that's something that I think has been very integral to the community as a whole. This is also back when Curse was a thing. Say hello, Curse! It's crazy to think. Like, look at Harry. Look how friggin'... It's so tacky by comparison to how Harry is now. The giveaways done on Curse back when it was a thing. The way the art was done, like my art style has developed greatly since back then. But as a whole, like this is probably the closest thing you have to how I am now, because the next video that was uploaded was 2 years later. This was 2 years later. This was actually only this was at the beginning of this year. In fact, this was when This is actually when I started taking Warframe really seriously, as in making it my full-time game. So a lot's changed. I gained weight. You know, there was between then and between the last video and this video, I graduated. I had gained a fiance, and I had made some unhealthy life choices. I didn't work out anymore. I had not eaten sensibly for a very long time, and ended up with this. I mean, to be fair, by this point, I was more of what I am now. Like this is much more me now, and I'd like to think I've also even since then I've grown up and like I've sort of developed myself a lot more. And this video was, I believe, the first attempt of me trying to make more professionalized, specific content towards Warframe. Welcome. This is going to be a little bit of a review onto the new stuff that was announced in the most recent dev stream as of the 26th, I believe. And this is looking at all of the new jazz that has been implemented or that will be coming in due time. One of the things you'll also notice quite definitively, the improvement of gear that I was using. My microphone was better, my lighting was better, my general pronunciation was better, my understanding of the game had started to improve at this point. And really, from this point onwards, it was all just the beginnings of my professionalization towards Warframe. Because everything after this was things like first glances at new frames. This is when Korra first came out. This is where I got my green screen. Am I wearing the same t-shirt? No, I'm not wearing the same. Am I wearing the same t-shirt? No, I'm not. Okay. I was going to say, my dress sense doesn't change that much over time. In fact, I think we're using the same. Yeah, we're using the same overlay in this as we are now. Damn. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of how much I've progressed in my Warframe career. Like, from all the way back here to what you see here, right? Harry, myself, the way that our community has developed, it's crazy to see how far we've come. And, you know, now that we're doing more efficient YouTube videos, we're making stuff that's relevant to the community, hopefully it's something you guys have been noticing and you've seen the change. And for those who didn't see where we came from, maybe this would be something a bit of an enlightening video for you. Either way, this has been a look back into my very cringe-worthy past. If it's been funny for you, I certainly hope it has. Then, you know, leave a like, share it to your friends, tell your family, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video, which should be a guide coming either tomorrow or the day after, whatever. But enjoy the rest of your day, have a great time, and see you in the next, whatever. Ta-ra!